What's up everyone, it's Chachi Power here to do a review of a new set of figures I got here. It's actually 3 robots that combine into one, and not only do they combine into one robot, but 3 different versions of a robot. So in case you thought these were 3 separate robots, if you're familiar with these, you got this little guy here in tank form with arms, and you got Getter 1 here and Getter 2. If you're familiar with these are not, well, they are separate robots, but they're the same 3 ships that combine to form all 3. And up until now, there's only been a very, very expensive release by SHE, which is in the hundreds of dollars, and it's a little resin piece that a lot of people are very hesitant about transforming and whatnot because of its complexity and brittleness. So we have this here from, what is this, the Good Smile company. They've gone ahead and made the dynamic change Getter robot, which includes the 3 ships here. You got the Eagle, Bear, and Jaguar. Yeah, Jaguar. Okay, and I'm going to show you guys real quick how these come together to form one robot. Out of the box, they're not really much to look at, guys. Here's my hand. Okay, and although I have a relatively large hand for a person of my stature, it still gives you an idea of scale. As far as scaling it with something you guys might recognize, I have one figure here actually I can put it up against if you guys are fans of Transformers. This is a War for Cybertron Bumblebee, which I customized myself. Don't mind if I shut it off here a second. Very beautiful, of course. Just kidding, guys. Anyway, so yeah, this is a deluxe War for Cybertron Bumblebee, so you can get a comparison size here, and I'll probably be bringing them back later on in the video so you guys can see how the robots compare to that. So let's put Bumblebee off to the side for a second. So we got the first ship here, alright, and I'll show it to you all the way around. It does not look exactly like what it looks like on the show, obviously, because the show has what we call anime magic. So they can design the ship any way they want and then have it come together any way they want. Here is the other one. Alright, look at it all around. Not much. The ship literally is just like whatever. Okay, then we got the third little one. It's probably my favorite because it's the most compact, and it's the one that kind of is together nicely, for lack of better words. Now, unlike a lot of shows back in the 80s, there were toys that these cartoons were made around. The show was not really worked around any working toy as far as the way they combined. There were toys, a lot of vinyls, a lot of little plastic toys and whatever, but they did not transform or combine and whatnot. This is the second that I know of that is able to do that, which they've done a lot of compromise into the way the ships look and the way they come together to be able to closely to emulate what you see on the screen, and I think they did an okay job. So instead of me blabbing about it, let's just go ahead and transform this guy. I'm going to start with Getter 1. We'll go to 1, 2, 3, and then give my overall thoughts. Now, I've only transformed this once before, and if you're wondering what the howling is in the background, that's my daughter going crazy, so I apologize, but it's either have her in the background or no review at all, so I'd rather do the review for you guys. And now she's crying. But anyway, so the figure you'll see right now, it's almost starting to look like the upper half of the robot, which is what we want. So we're going to pull this back out of the way here. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Pull the head, slide it on this shaft here, pull it back. What else? This also slides back, and then this spins around like this. So once you've spun that around, you have the upper chest here. This, I believe, spins around. This, you got to get this out of the way. Then just close the back here carefully. Bring the arms down, spin this around, have the spikes off to the side, and we're pretty much done with this part. Just fix the fists, make sure they're facing the right way. So we're done with this part. You can set that off to the side. Then we'll grab the other one here. Easy also, just bring this around, snap this back, rotate this thing in here underneath and around like so. And what's ingenious about this is the robot actually has a cape, and I was wondering, well, you know, they can't really work the cape into it, and yet they have. Here is the cape. So yeah, that's done. So the next part is this little guy. This is a little trickier. Let's see, it's what I consider to be very fragile, and you'll see what I mean in a second. See these little sticks here? You want to be careful with those because that actually is the knee. So check this out. They've made such a weak knee due to the engineering. This little plastic piece, it's, look at that, the way it flexes. Like, I really don't want to do anything with it. But that happens to be what forms the leg. So you spin this around, bring this up. At least when you push it in, it does snap into a thicker piece of plastic. So it's really one, you know, only while it's out like this that it's possibly overly brittle. But like you saw, the plastic does flex a lot, so I'm not too worried. But you know, it does feel a little strange handling something with such little plastic. So we got that there, and you kind of want to bring this in like so. Kind of want to mess around with this a little bit to get it just right, because this forms the legs here, and obviously this would be the feet here like that, and this comes around to the front, and it's a little fiddly, I'm not gonna lie, but here we have the lower half, and then all three pieces just come together. So you grab the main body piece here, and you're gonna want to put it into the little hole here. It's got the little tab there. Just carefully position it in there. Just stick it right in the hole like so. Boop. There you go. And then, if you can, move this a little bit out of the way. You're going to want to put that in here. This little tab back here goes into that little hole back there, if you can see it. And let's see how that works out. So might have been easier to put the lower half in first and then the top, but there you go. So we've formed Getter 1. So check that out. Just have to fiddle around with the legs. Now this is not going to stand on its own because of the heavy backpack, unless you want it to look hunched over like that to balance it out. But I know what you guys are thinking. It's a horrible looking robot, and I have to agree, but it does look like Getter 1. And again, this was not really meant to have a toy of it. At least not exactly how the cartoon was. The cartoon's all anime magic. So this is probably the best I can do, and hopefully I do have it transformed right. I'm not sure. And then he's got these cool little axes here. They're only molded on one side for some reason, but there's a tab, so I'm assuming they do attach to him at some point. Alright, so now that you've seen all that stuff, here's the thing. I am not going to show you guys a transformation for all of them, because most of the transformation you've seen already. It's just little variations here and there, you know, a little bit of more unfolding and stuff like that to form the other robots. So I'm just going to show you the finished versions. Alrighty guys, here is Shin Getter 2. It took me about 10 minutes. I'm a bit lost, a little bit scared even about how they worked out the engineering on this. I mean, I've never transformed anything like this. It's if you can tell, I'm actually at a loss for words, because this seems like there's so much freaking engineering going on. It almost seems like it shouldn't be able to do what it does, and it does. Like, you'll see his original legs are now inside of this tread here. You'll see the little thin pieces coming across. His fists turn into the Shin Getter 2's legs. These things were inside the tank treads. Yeah, I really don't even know what to tell you guys. I would have loved to do a transformation video, but it would be a really long video. It would confuse the hell out of everybody, because it's a little bit intricate and it's very hard to get on film without having my hands cover everything. But this is the end result, Shin Getter 2. And now there's one more mode, which seems to be the simplest of all as far as the way it looks. This, to me, is the most complicated one. Alright guys, and here is Shin Getter 3. Again, speechless. I don't know what to say. I'm so... Alright, let's just start from the beginning. What do I think of this? What got me to buy this? I guess we'll start there, since I have nothing else to say about this thing. Yeah, it costs about, I think it's 60 or 6,800 yen, which roughly translates to more than 80 bucks, I guess, plus shipping, almost $100 for a little piece of plastic. Tiny piece of plastic. Again, I forgot to show you the Bumblebee, but there's how Bumblebee compares. I was going to show you with each step, but I forgot. But yeah, you're looking at about $100. And they do have a special version where they're all white and purple. I think they're training versions or something like that. But yeah, so let's start there. Almost $100. When I took it out of the package, I almost fell over because it's very thin plastic. It's almost like model kit plastic, but it's a lot tougher. So yeah, it feels like a little model kit you put together. Just with better plastic, and they actually coat it with gloss, so it gives it a little bit better feel than a model kit, and it's a nice finish. You can tell they really wanted it to look nice. The second thing, you kind of only can display 3 or 1 robot together, or just 3 ships, so you'd have to buy 3 sets of these to be able to show all the robots. Now, judging by the sequences that they show in the cartoon, yeah, it would be pretty impossible to make a really good toy, except that SHE has made a really nice one that actually looks very proportioned to what you see in the show, but again, it's hundreds of dollars, if not, you know, over 1,000 now. Very hard to find, and they're resin kits, which can break apart very easily. So, if you don't want any of that, you have this option. But again, it's kind of like a stylized version, and I'm really stumped, guys. I've never really had a video where I'm just stumped, and even if I stop and collect my thoughts, I can't think of anything to say. This has really just made my brain crash, because even though it's not the prettiest thing, just the engineering is incredible. I mean, everything lines up in 3 different forms, and it's just amazing what they did. You know, like, it has working elbows, you know, when you probably shouldn't, but somehow they engineered that, and it's just great. I don't know, guys, I'm gonna cut it short. Think what you will, ask me any questions or comments, I'll answer them, but yeah, my brain is fried from playing with this toy. I like it, you know, I like it, I just don't like the price, and I don't know. But yeah, guys, leave questions or comments. I'm sorry this was a very half-assed review, but yep, I have a short-circuited brain right now. This is just weird. But anyway, stay tuned for more, guys. Bye.